Hey guys, I have a good book this time, 101 Dalmatians. All these puppies. Hope you enjoy it. I like this book. Look at all these puppies. Aren't they cute? Now you're going to see who owns them, and they're walking the two puppies. The mama and the daddy. Am I going too far? Once there were two Dalmatians named Pongo and Perdita. They lived in a snug little house in London. Their pets, Anita and Roger Radcliffe, lived with them. Nanny, the housekeeper, took care of them all. One day Pongo got some wonderful news. Perdita is going to have puppies. Everyone was very happy. At last the big day arrived. The puppies here, Nanny cried. How many? Asked Roger. 15 puppies. Perdita was very proud. Pongo, you old rascal, said Roger. He thought the puppies were wonderful. They'll get their spots when they're a little bigger, Nanny told them. Can you see it? Suddenly, there was a clap of thunder. In swept Anita's old friend, Cruella de Vil. Her long fur coat trailed behind her. I see the puppies are here at last, she said. I'll buy them all. They are not for sale, replied Roger. You'll be sorry, Cruella snapped as she stormed off. Pongo and Perdita were happy to see her leave. But Cruella wasn't finished. They can't stop me, she crackled. Cruella hired Horace and Jasper Badham to steal the puppies. As soon as you have a chance, sneak into their house and grab those puppies, she told them. Each day, the puppies grew bigger, and each day they got more spots. The puppies liked watching television. The show they liked the most was about a dog named Thunderbolt. Get him, Thunderbolt, shouted Penny. After the puppies went to bed, Pongo and Perdita went to the park. They took Roger and Anita with them. But as soon as they went out, Horace and Jasper went in. Uh-oh. Jasper locked Nanny in the attic. Oh my goodness. Horace put the puppies into a big sack. They took all 15 puppies. When Roger and Anita returned, Nanny told them what had happened. Roger called the police, but the police couldn't find the puppies. Perdita and Pongo were very upset. Then Pongo had an idea. Let's try the twilight bark, he said. It's our only hope. All right, agreed Perdita. Pongo barked in a special code. Yap and yip and yelp, yelp, yelp. 15 puppies need your help. Calling all hounds. Yippers and yappers, please help us find their cruel kidnappers. The message was passed from dog to dog. It woke up Towser, a bloodhound who had lived way out in the country. That must be him down here with this duck, maybe, or this is him. I'm not sure which one is him. He lives in the country. Growled Towser to Lucy, the goose. A message from the city. An important one, too. I better tell the folks on the farm. Old Towser's barking woke up a cat named Sergeant Tibbs. This Tibbs told Captain, a horse, to awaken a sheepdog named Colonel. The Colonel pricked up his ears. 15 spotted puddles were stolen. I think that's puppies, said Sergeant Tibbs. They remembered hearing some barking at the old DeVille place. Nonsense, that house has been empty for years, said the Colonel. Not any longer, Captain answered. There's smoke rising from the chimney. Then we'd better investigate, Tibbs barked. The colonel. They went to the old house. Sergeant Tibbs slipped into the house. What a surprise! He saw 99 Dalmatian puppies. 15 of them were huddled in front of the TV. Those must be the ones, they said. He raced back to tell the others. See, the puppies watching the television? I didn't know dogs liked to watch television, did you? The colonel sent a message, dog by dog. The message was passed from the country to the city. Listen, Purdy, said Pongo. It's the Great Dane. He has an answer for us. The 2 Dalmatians raced to meet the big dog. The puppies have been found at the DeVille place, the Great Dane said. We must go at once, cried Perdita. When they got to the country, Sergeant Tibbs and the colonel were waiting for them. Follow us, said Sergeant Tibbs. There's no time to waste. They sneaked into the old house. What does Corella want with all these puppies? They heard Jasper ask. She says she's going to make them into a coat. Horace answered. A dog-skin coat? Cried Perdita. How cruel. She counted the puppies. Pongo, she whispered. There are 99 puppies here. We must take them all home with us, Pongo replied. Let's go. Sergeant Tibbs led the way. Horace and Sergeant Tibbs led the way. Horace and Jasper didn't see them leave. They were too busy watching television. Remember, they're the 2 guys that helped to steal the puppies. See, they're sitting here watching TV. The Dalmatians followed Tibbs to the barn, but they weren't safe yet. Horace and Jasper had finally noticed the puppies were gone. They were following their tracks in the snow. Here they come, shouted Tibbs. We'd better do something. We'll hold them off, Captain, told Pongo. The Dalmatians escaped out the back door, and Captain gave the Badums a swift kick when they came through the front door. See him kicking him? Looks like the horse kicked him. Pongo and Perdita led the puppies through a snowstorm. Suddenly, Pongo heard a car. Quick, hide, he urged. The dogs hid under a bridge. Luckily, Horace and Jasper didn't see them. Pongo decided to walk along the frozen stream. That way, Horace and Jasper couldn't follow their tracks. Home seemed very far away. My goodness, look at them while they're walking. See, they were looking with a flashlight trying to see them, but they couldn't see them because they were hidden under the bridge. My nose is froze, whimpered Lucky, and my tail is froze, and my toes are froze. All the puppies were tired and hungry. Just then, Pongo heard friendly bark. Follow me, said a collie. I have a place for you to stay. The collie led them to a warm barn. Some friendly cows gave the puppies plenty of milk to drink. Look at the puppies, they're milking the cow. Soon 99 puppies were fast asleep in the hay. I can't believe that. I don't know how you can get 99 puppies. Pongo and Perdita thanked the cows and the collie. Tomorrow morning you can go to the village, said the collie. A Labrador retriever will meet you there. He'll show you how to get home. The next morning, Pongo and Perdita continued their way. Pongo knew that Crudilla would be looking for them. He tried to brush away their tracks with a branch, but Crudilla saw the tracks. They are headed for the village, she shouted. Whoa. When the dogs reached the village, the Labrador was waiting for them. He led them to an empty blacksmith shop. I've got a ride for you, and said. A van's leaving for London soon. There's room for all of you. But Corella and the men had reached the village too. Corella was angry with Horace and Jasper. Find them now, she shouted. Pongo How will we get to the van? Perdita whispered. They had to whisper because they didn't want anybody to hear. Does that look like Duke? Just then Lucky said, Patch pushed me. He was covered with soot. He pushed me first, Patch whined. He was covered with soot too. That gave Pongo an idea. He rolled in the soot. Look, I'm a Labrador. Come on, Purdy. Let's all be Labradors. Soon all the Dalmatians were covered in soot. We're going to fool the nasty lady, the pups giggled. Look at them. Isn't it silly? They're getting all covered with black soot. They're going to look like Duke. The van was getting ready to leave. Better hurry, said the Labrador. One by one, the puppies got into the van. They almost made it. But the last puppy got stuck in the snow. The snow washed off the soot. There they are, Cordella cried. The van pulled away in the nick of time. See the puppy that got stuck? But it was too late. Cordella's car tumbled down a hill. Everyone landed in the deep, soft snow, but the car was smashed to pieces. Back in London, Anita and Nanny were decorating the Christmas tree. Roger was too upset to help. I miss Pongo and Purdy so much, he said Anita. I know, answered Nanny. Sometimes at night I think I hear them bark, but it always turns out to be a dream. Wait, cried Anita. Did you hear that bark? Oh. Nanny! Flung open the door. A large black dog jumped on Roger and covered him with kisses and soot. It's Pongo and Perdita with their little ones, cried Nanny. She began to dust off the puppies. Then Anita and Roger noticed the room was filled with dogs. All in all, there were 101 Dalmatians. Look at the dogs. How would you fit them in your house? I don't think 101 would fit in your house. I don't think they fit in my house. Whatever shall we do with them, Anita asked. We'll buy a big place in the country, and said Roger, a Dalmatian plantation. It was a very Merry Christmas after all. And they're playing the piano and singing, and the little Dalmatian puppies are just having a ball. Wasn't that a fun book? I like the Dalmatian book. They're a pretty dog. Look at all of them. They're smiling. That's all, folks.